What's going on, guys? You know who it is. It's been a while since I made a video. I had some personal stuff going on that seems to be alright. So, I have 3 weeks of subscriptions here. And I'm a little foggy on the past 2 weeks. This last week I should be alright. So, just bear with me. I may not even say more than 5 words about some of these books, but at least they're on here. Starting with 3 weeks ago, subscriptions for 3 weeks ago, Swamp Thing number 20. I know Superman took him out. It was awesome. I love seeing Superman in anything, so it was good. Next is a book that's being canceled, Dial H number 12. I wish this book went a different way than the way it did. I feel like they tried too hard to get a storyline with this. I feel like they would have been better off just going kind of the single story, single issues, or even just, you know, kind of 2 or 3 story arcs, but it seems they were going with the whole, well, let's have the whole book an arc. It wasn't for me. I understand why it's canceled, although I wish it went a different way. Indestructible Hulk number 7, Hulk versus Frost Giants, not really controlling Mjolnir, but it was a good book. I don't have anything else to say to it. Digital Code if you're interested. I believe my pick of that week was this, Superior Spider-Man number 9. Ock and Spidey's battle for Peter Parker's brain, if you will. And Ock wins, so hopefully I am done seeing Peter Parker. I'm done with it. I guess we'll see this week. I think there's a new issue out this week. Next book, which I read twice, because when I got this issue, there's another one in the stack somewhere. It was damaged. It was severely damaged. The whole top corner was dog-eared. I sent a message to my subscription service, and they told me, we'll send you a new one out. It's whatever. So then I read it again when it came, and even though I read it twice, it's still, I didn't care. I mean, I know there's this whole thing about James Robinson leaving DC Comics altogether, but this book, I mean, I guess it was good for fans of Dr. Fate, but for me, not so much. Was not really a big fan of that. Aquaman number 19. I don't know who this is. This old king who's the new king. It's an alright book. I didn't love it, didn't hate it, but it was just kind of there. Great book, which I don't remember even how it was. I just remember it being good. Was Thanos Rising number 2. I can't exactly remember what happened. I think he kind of embraces his madman side, and that's kind of where this one is. Digital Code for this, as well as Spidey, which I don't think I said when I went over that. X-Men Legacy number 10. I don't quite remember what happens in this, but I just know this is one of the most solid series out right now, and I know I loved it. Definitely some kind of romance between David and Blindfold in that. I know I'm running through these quick, but I have 3 weeks of books, and foggy on these first few, so. Action Comics number 20, The Hybrid Rages. It was good. It was a soup story. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm a fan of Superman, so I enjoyed that. Although I didn't really understand certain parts of it. Age of Ultron number 7. This is where we have an alternate timeline from when Wolverine killed Hank Pym. And you have kind of Scott Summers here. It appears as Cable. And you have Colonel America. And I believe Wasp is Captain Marvel in this, which is different. Not very good. I feel like Marvel, even though I hate saying this, I feel like Marvel gave him too much room to play with things. And by him, I mean Bendis. Even though I have a feeling they had an idea of what they wanted at the end of this, I feel like they just let him play with things too much in the middle, and it's not going over well, at least with me. Iron Man number 9. This is the secret origin of Tony Stark. I believe this is the one where Death's Head and Tony team up to go get the Rogue Recorder, and eventually it's found out that Death's Head already had a contract with the Recorder to bring Tony to him. Tony sits him down and said, I have something to show you, and he starts showing a video of his dad. First book I hopped onto the series, but I actually did enjoy it, even though it's right in the middle of an arc, was Green Arrow, and this is number 20. I liked the way it was written, I liked the art, I like it all, except I didn't understand the content. It was a great book. If I would have understood the content, it would have been awesome. and continue on books I don't understand the content, is Stormwatch by the great Jim Starlin, who is the only reason I'm reading this. And although I have no idea who these characters are, and I have no idea why Lobo's involved now, I have no idea who these great villains are, I still like it because it's Jim Starlin. Now, I can see why people who followed this book previously would not enjoy it, because they kind of wiped everything out for Starlin to come in. They should have just gave Starlin his own book, in my opinion. But from what I've read, I like it. But that's probably just me being biased on the basis of Jim Starlin. All New X-Men number 11. And the cover here says, which of the All New X-Men will join Cyclops' Mutant Revolution? Now, if you read Uncanny X-Men, you already know. So it kind of bothered me about this, because basically this is just the story from the last Uncanny X-Men told from the other point of view. It was still good, but there was no like great reveal in it or anything. Solid series, though. I feel like a lot of the X-Men series are just kind of there. Like the ones that are growing together, at least. And then Animal Man number 20. I have no idea what went on here. I don't know anything about this Red Thunder. I believe that's something that happened earlier in Animal Man, and I only hopped on Animal Man at, I don't know, issue 8 or so. Maybe even later than that. But it was an alright read, but I just felt like it was story on top of story on top of story. I like the cover, though. It's a good cover, even though I don't know what it implies. And there's my other copy of Earth 2, which is not damaged. Thor, God of Thunder. This is the second part of God Bomb. Incredible cover here. Number 8. And this was good, as it always is. It's a solid book, just like the Daredevil and X-Men Legacy is solid. There's just a certain series that you kind of take them for granted because they're so solid. And they kind of run together, and this is one of them for me. This is a solid book all around, and I know it was good. I just can't quite remember what happened in it. Like when I pick up the next one to read it, I'll remember exactly what happened. But just sitting here now, no idea. Next, we have Avengers number 11, drawn by my favorite current artist, Mike Deodato Jr. Although I believe he's just being called Deodato now, Mike Deodato. Either way, though, this kind of showcases some of the, not some of the, not as big hitters, if you will. And Shang-Chi mostly. I like this young Shang-Chi they're doing. He's just a badass in this. I really enjoyed this book. I really enjoyed Mike Deodato's artwork, so I don't know if that's the reason, or if it was a really good book all around. But I'll take it as is, regardless. Uncanny X-Force number 4. And I'm glad to see the Phantom X's, the Phantom X trio, if you will, finally making an appearance in this book as part of the story rather than just kind of offshoots. Once again, I don't really know what's going on here. I think this might be the issue where Psylocke is fighting in Bishop's head and whatnot, and Bishop's just a madman all around. But I think it's the issue where you find out that little girl that they were trying to save is actually kind of the villain. Uncanny Avengers number 8, or as a good friend of mine called it, 00 Sunfire, because this, it's kind of just a Special Agent Sunfire book. I enjoyed it, but I could see it's a little heavy on the Sunfire. I enjoyed it though. It wasn't bad. That series is kind of just meandering along. It hit hard for a while, and that issue was a little slow, but when they killed that Celestial, that blew my mind. I don't know if it was in that one or not. I think it was in the last issue. Wolverine number 3. I don't know. It's a series. It's a book. It's not great. It's not. I don't know. It might be bad. I don't know. I probably just lump it in with all my other books. I really don't know. This book was incredible, though, I do remember, and that is Superboy number 20, Blood and Steel. I remember a great fight scene in here, a great battle. I don't remember what it was. I think Hector Hammond is involved in this. I'm pretty sure he's the villain. I think Superboy and Superman are going to have a crossover against Hector Hammond sometime. I'm not sure about that, though. I may have read that somewhere. I may have made that up. My mind makes up things all the time. Next, we have Justice League of America, number 3. Who is the Traitor? I'm loving this series. I really am. I absolutely love this. I like seeing some of these characters as I wouldn't have seen them before. I really like the side story about Martian Manhunter and Catwoman in the back of this. It's just incredible. Then from that book, which I absolutely love, to a book that I hate and have been hating for a while, but I'm giving it one more issue, which might come out this week. That is Avengers Arena, and this is number 9. I'm giving it one more issue before I cancel it, because I'm giving it to 10. It has not caught me yet, and it doesn't appear as it's going to catch me, but I'm giving it one more. This was alright, but it's just, there's something missing. Probably characters I know. That's probably what's missing, is characters that I know who they are, or anything about them. If it was just X-23 killing people the whole book, I'd be all about it. It'd be an X-23 book, and I'd be about it. But other than that, no. Deadpool number 9. Great shark cover here. I like the way the Deadpool series is going now. After they got away from the whole zombie thing, I really enjoy what they're doing with it. The subtle jokes, and then the over-the-top jokes just work with each other so well that this book is just phenomenal. Avengers Assemble number 15. This takes place in Britain. The whole book does. It has Black Knight in it, Captain Britain, Captain Marvel's in it. She's over there for some reason. But it's a Age of Ultron crossover, and it's them in Britain kind of taking it out. It was good. I liked the way the story was told, but once again, there was something about it for me that was missing. It was a good story. It was well told, but just something was weak in it. Age of Ultron Book 8. I think these are this week's subscriptions now. Or not this week's, but last week's. I don't know if Avengers Assemble or not was or not. I think that might have been the last of 2 weeks ago. Now this is last week's. Age of Ultron Book 8. More of the alternate timeline from when Wolverine killed Hank Pym. Iron Man is now in control of everything. He's kind of the president of the world, and the world is based on technology, kind of how Ultron had it, but with a hint of humanity, if you will. It was alright. I mean, that whole series is disappointing me, but I can't get off of it now. Already on Book 8. Another one of those really solid series I was talking about is Cable and X-Force, number 8. Great title. I love this. The way that they did this Cable in space was a lot better than I anticipated it. When I saw Cable in this spacesuit out in space, it just didn't strike me well. But the way that they did it, and with the space travel and with the space fight, it was quick, it was to the point, and it wasn't over the top that you didn't believe why Cable's in a spacesuit in the space. It didn't really happen that way. It's kind of just a sweet cover. Nova number 4. This book reads so fast. I don't even remember what happens most of the way through it. That Tiger Man that was in the... I don't know if he was in number 1 or in like the point 1 or in the prelude or whatever it was, but he's back looking for this... Oh, he made an ultimate nullifier, and Nova stole it and hid it at his house, and then he comes back to his house, and that's the big shocker at the end. The secret origin of Tony Stark continues in Iron Man 10, and he gets shown the video of his dad and the recorder, and it seems that Tony's parents couldn't conceive, and his dad actually went on this mission to get technology from the recorder to let him live. So it seems that this recorder, or just alien tech in general, had something to do with Tony Stark's birth. So I really like the way this is going. It's really interesting. I didn't expect it at all. Thunderbolts number 9. This book is solid, but I feel the art lacks the ability to get across the points that they try to make. And it doesn't hit home. It's a solid book. I like where they're going, but the art is lacking for me. Supergirl number 20. Supergirl actually makes some funny jokes about Power Girl's boob window, which is back, which I know Sleepy Reader has pointed out many, many times. It's interesting, though. This book is good. It's pretty much both of them versus Supergirl's Fortress of Solitude, if you will, underwater. I don't know what she calls it offhand, but it was good. I can't wait to see what's next. I'm really enjoying the Supergirl. I'm enjoying all of the Super Family books, to tell you the truth, every one of them. Wolverine Max number 7. I'm really enjoying this title. It was lacking, and it wasn't very good when they were in kind of, China and whatnot, or Japan. But now that he's in LA and he's kind of living a different life, and had a friend as a dog. It really connected you with that dog, even though it was one issue. Ugh, excuse me. Then that dog gets killed, and then he claims revenge. Very good book, though. I'm really enjoying this. I don't really want to recommend it to anybody because it's not for everybody. But if you're a Wolverine fan, I recommend checking this out. At least checking out the second story arc and trade. I would skip the first one. It wasn't very good, at least in my opinion. FF number 7. Speaking of art that I do not like and don't think hits home, it's Michael Allred. There's just... It might not even be him. It might be the colorist, which I believe is his wife. And I just feel there's not enough shades of the color. It's just too solid. I mean, for me at least. I like this cover, though. It's kind of a homage to a Silver Age book. I actually didn't mind this book that much, even with the art. It may be because there was more Inhumans in it and, Blastar, but I really enjoyed it. Just not the art. I would really enjoy it without the art. And then my pick of last week, which this book I can't promote enough, everybody needs to be reading this, is Gambit. And Gambit 12 is the final battle between Gambit and Tombstone with the help of Rogue and Gambit's other female friend, Joelle. Secrets are revealed. Things happen in this. It's just awesome. Please read this book. Please read this, because I do not want this to get canceled. Actually, I know that not enough people are reading this book. Please read this book. Alright. That is 3 weeks of subscriptions. Hopefully, I'm going to do my best to get my subscriptions up this week, Saturday. If they're not up Saturday, it will be up Sunday. I think that's it. I got a couple packages in the mail. I may do a slight little haul video. I picked up some things from a flea market, but that's neither here nor there. That's pretty much it. My bad for being gone for 3 weeks. I just had some things, whatever. I've been watching some videos. I just haven't really commented on anything or anything. But thank you for watching, and remember, have a great day.